I have really been struggling with my PCOS lately, and I really want to, before I get into this whole conversation, talk about comparison with this because I don't want you to think I don't have that symptom, like my PCOS isn't normal, blah, blah, blah. I just want to preface that PCOS symptoms look different in everyone, and I have clients that have symptoms that I've never had and vice versa. So just don't get into this with comparison, but just like an open mind of like, oh, maybe this is something I'm struggling with. Or even if you're someone that maybe hasn't been diagnosed and doesn't really know what's wrong, but something feels wrong, like this might be a bit of an eye opener to you of like things that you could get tested for, and like maybe like give you some potential answers and like stuff to look into. And I think as well, a lot of the time PCOS is like the answer, which is unfortunate because there's like no research, there's not enough research out there, and there's no like kind of solution either. And I actually, because I've had it for 4 years now, I am quite quick at picking it up. So for example, I recently had a client who was really struggling talking about all the symptoms, and whilst I'm not a doctor, so I didn't diagnose her, I said, it kind of sounds like you have PCOS. I really just want you to go and get a blood test, get an ultrasound, get all of the things and see what's up. And then like lo and behold, she did have it, but like that also doesn't give us many answers. Like unfortunately, like, yeah, I have PCOS, now what? So I just want to talk about it after like experiencing it for the last 4 years, knowing. I mean, I think a lot of us are in this situation where we get diagnosed and we're like, how long have we had this for? Is this something like new? Is like, what is this? So I have had it for 4 years and I've gone through different like ebbs and flows with it. But something I've been really struggling with lately is fatigue and brain fog, because it kind of happens on the weekend. So it's like by the end of the week, after I've been working all week and doing all the things all week, and like especially lately just with so much going on, I feel like it comes to like Saturday afternoon or Sunday afternoon and I have full body aches, brain fog, heart racing, can't really hold myself up vibes. And then I always feel like I need to kind of like turn to food in that situation. You know how obviously food is energy. And I'm like, I think I need like some sugar, I need some electrolytes, or I need something. And it's actually such a mind fuck because sometimes I can even eat stuff and still feel shit. And even across the like most recent weekend, I had like a literal 2-hour nap. I don't think I've ever had a 2-hour nap before, but I had such heavy fatigue and I was like, I think I'm getting sick. But the most whack thing of it is like after my nap, after some food or whatever, I'm then like fine again. Like it's like I don't even have a problem. And like literally I was really struggling the other day. My partner had a call out, so he left. He came back and he was like, it was like 4 hours later. He was like, how are you feeling? And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, it's like I literally forget that I literally was on my deathbed 4 hours ago, and it's really like it's a mind fuck. It's like, what is wrong with me? And yeah, I always think I'm getting sick. And I just want to mention that like my blood tests are all normal and fine, because you guys already know, if you keep up with my Instagram, that I've been having other health issues kind of going on with my eye. So I've been making sure that I could like had all my bloods up to date and getting all my testing done, and everything was literally fine. Like what a mindfuck it is when on paper everything looks healthy and fine, but your body like doesn't feel that way. And a really recent example of all of this was like in the morning on that day of the 2-hour nap, I'd gone to a class, done like a 45-minute workout. I'd done 5K steps, like not intentional steps, but just like through my morning. I had like a really great post-workout meal that had good carbs and protein. And then I felt like literally physically ill, like I had to lay down. And it's just like, I can't even like think straight. Like I was thinking about my symptoms so that I could talk about it. And I was like, yeah, I like feel really fatigued. I feel really achy. Like I feel like I can't do anything. But then I literally pulled out my laptop to do some work related stuff. And I couldn't think what I was going to do. I couldn't think which like program I was going to click on, like which app I was going to click on, what I was actually going to look up. And I was like, oh my God, like you just feel mentally like so slow and blocked and fogged, and you can't even think of what you're going to say. And this is not just like a normal tiredness of feeling like a bit sleepy, a bit low energy that you can like push through. Like it actually just feels like you've got a fucking flu. So it's so frustrating. And I'm like, I don't know why I feel this way, especially when everything's normal. I'm eating really well. I'm really balanced and all of the things. And I think a lot of us always see, you know, don't do HIIT workouts for like if you have PCOS, which I back that, but I'm not even doing HIIT workouts. I'm doing like occasional Pilates, which is supposed to be low intensity, and also strength training, which is low intensity. And whenever I go for walks, I don't like go crazy. I just go chill walk, you know? And I just like am like, what are the answers from here? when all your bloods are clear. And I know, and I've talked about this before, you can take your clear bloods to a naturopath, but I was thinking about it the other day. Do I want to go on their fucking disgusting supplements? Not really. I also am like, I gaslight myself. I'm like, oh, it's because I'm in a busy season, so I'm just feeling extra tired because I have so much going on. But is that actually the reality? I don't know. We'll have to see as we go into like Easter and having like a bit of like a time off long weekend vibe and see how I feel then. But I just feel like my body always needs more fuel, which I'm not in a deficit at the moment anyway, but I feel like it like borderlines gets into like overeating. I feel like the girls that know, you're just eating a normal amount, but then you're feeling so fatigued that you feel like you need so much more food, even though you're not necessarily hungry, but you're like, I feel exhausted, I need more food. And then you're kind of like force feeding yourself to feel better. And then now you're kind of overeating and like gaining weight. And it's like such a cycle of round and round, and you already feel inflamed. And it's making you feel heavy and achy, and you already feel stressed, and you know that like exercise can stress the body more, and you know you can have blood sugar crashes and all of the things, and it's just so fucked. I just want to explain the patterns for it. I don't have any answers for you guys, but I just think it would be really nice for someone to come online and say, I'm actually struggling with all of this, like what about you? Because I don't think many people talk about it, especially the part where I said that I like pulled out my laptop and couldn't think, like the actual focus and processing and thinking clearly. Like I honestly find sometimes I could be mid-sentence and I can't even remember what has been said. And I'm like, never mind. Like I actually can't remember. So what I've kind of been doing is trying to break down my routine a little bit and see what actually is going to like work for me. Not that like that wasn't, well, it obviously isn't working, but not that there's anything wrong with that, but I'm kind of like, okay, what can I actually implement that feels a little bit easier on the body, that feels a little bit better? But the problem is like I could be in the workout in the morning and feel really, really good, but then I don't want to crash later. Like I don't want to do an early morning workout and then crash when I have to like get into work. Like I need to have like this regulation all the time, and it just feels like impossible. It feels like I literally, I don't even know, I don't even have the words to describe it. Like it just feels like I'm a zombie going through day by day. And something that I have been doing is tracking my sleep on my Ultra Human ring, and I tracked it on my Whoop, and then when I got rid of my Whoop, I stopped tracking for like maybe a year. I've never tracked it on my watch because Apple Watches, like the charge literally lasts like one day. But it said that if you have kind of like poor deep sleep and like you kind of have disrupted sleep cycles, like that's really, really common as well, which means we can run out of energy earlier in the day because we've had such a poor sleep. So something I've been really trying to focus on is like getting to bed at the same time every night and waking up at the same time every morning, obviously within reason. It's hard. Some nights I finish work really late, got things on. Some days I'm like in bed by like 6 p.m, like not in bed sleeping, but you know, like I'm relaxing for the afternoon. So it's really, really hard to keep that consistent. But I do definitely struggle with disrupted sleep cycles because it tells you actually on the Ultra Human app your like toss and turns for the night. And even like last night, for example, I had 29 tosses and turns, which is like honestly a lot. Like I was hitting around 10 before, and I was like, oh my god, 10, like that's so bad. Literally 29 last night. That is crazy. And it's because of like temperature in the room, humidity, noise levels, all of the things. Something else, and I've done no research on this, I just want to mention it. I saw on TikTok that someone mentioned that if you have the like polyester sheets, it can obviously, the material and stuff can be like really shit for our sleep. It makes us really hot, the materials, and like all things PCOS and all of that. It like literally can affect all of that, and to swap to cotton. So something I want to do is like look into what sheets I have and if they're cotton or if they're polyester and like all of the things. I checked my like bed sheet, like my, what's it called? Like your mattress sheet. And that was 100% cotton, slay. But then I couldn't find a tag on my Doona, and I was like, do I just fucking part ways with her? Like seriously, because that can really affect your heat, which affects your sleep and all of the things as well. And even like I know for me, I really struggle with the room being really, really hot, and that interrupts my sleep. But I think my number one thing right now is like restfulness. Like I literally just can't, but it's like a mind fuck again because I don't notice it. I don't wake up and be like, oh my god, like I've woken up 15 times. Like it's just, I don't even know. So that is something I want to work on, because that could actually just be a factor. Right now, my actual hours of sleep is fine. It's actually the quality of sleep, how deep in my sleep I'm getting, and all of the things. I don't actually take anything right now. I know a lot of girls talk about melatonin and all the things. I don't take anything. I'm not opposed to it. I just feel like I don't struggle to fall asleep. But I think also at the same time, just because you don't struggle to fall asleep doesn't actually mean that you have a good quality sleep. You know what I mean? So some suggestions and like thoughts and things I was thinking of is like, do I then kind of decrease my training and have like full rest days, which I've almost been forced to recently anyway, because lately I've had like, again, it will be like on a weekend, a Saturday or Sunday, where I just feel like I cannot go for a walk. Like I cannot do any steps. So because I'm feeling that way, then I kind of end the day on like 5,000 steps anyway, but I still feel exhausted the next day. But it's this thing of like, I wake up, I feel fine, I do like a workout or a walk or like do whatever I need to do for the morning, I feel fine, and then it's like 1 o'clock, I'm dead on the floor. And I thought maybe it was because, like, you know, I've talked about this before. It's like if you have a slow morning and you're intentionally like lounging around the house and stuff, you then feel really exhausted because you haven't really done much. But then it literally happened to me the other day when I went to the Pilates event, the brand event. I did the Pilates in the morning. I'd obviously just got steps, whatever. We got food. And then on the way home, it was like 1 o'clock maybe, or like 2 o'clock. I was feeling so tired. I was like, what is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? It happened again the next day. We had gone for a morning walk. Yeah. And, oh no, I had gone to Pilates first, and then I went for a morning walk, and then we went out, and then I literally was just sitting in the car waiting around for like 45 minutes. That's not that long. I've waited longer before. And then I was literally dead on the floor. I was like, get me out of here. And my partner was like, what's wrong? I was like, I literally feel so fatigued. Like I literally have no answers. I just feel so fatigued. My body feels so weak. I feel so limp. I feel like I can't even have a conversation. I feel like I can't even keep my eyes open. Like, what is actually wrong with me? And this is not just like a common fatigue thing, because it's so many things at once. It's the blood sugar, and like my insulin isn't regulated. It's I already am inflamed. I already have nervous system stress, and this is making it worse. Like, I just feel like there's so many different elements to it. And then the fact that I wake up the next day fine is such a mind fuck. I'm like, I literally am not sick. Like, I literally was like, I'm getting sick. I need to go to bed right now. I can't afford to be sick right now. I've got so much going on, rah, rah, rah. And then I'm literally not even sick. I'm fine. I'm literally fine the next day. So I guess like don't really have like answers for this. I just wanted to share it because, well, there is no answers because every single person has a different experience, but I wanted to share it because I think that it's not talked about enough. But breaking down my routine. So I currently do like 3 to 4 strength sessions. I have been doing 3 Pilates sessions a week, but I'm gonna like rein it back, I think, because I don't know, I don't have any credits left anyway. I've been doing some daily walks and just like everything in between, right? So that's about 8 to 10 sessions per week, which can actually cause like your nervous system to go into a bit of a recovery debt, which this kind of makes sense to me, right? Because it doesn't feel like overtraining. I don't feel like I'm doing too much, but then over time, obviously the total load kind of adds up, and then I get those symptoms towards the end of the week. And I'm not even in a deficit or anything, but if this like drops too low and we don't have enough energy available, then we're going to have increased hunger, higher cortisol, which is your stress hormone, worse PCOS symptoms, like inflammation all across the board, fatigue. And I'm like, where is the line? Because I feel like my body holds on to so much inflammation and stress. And I feel like my body as well, like I'm not in a deficit or anything, but I feel like it's looked the same for the last few months, just like super inflamed. Like I feel like it would look so much leaner if I didn't look so inflamed. But I also think, and this is another consideration, because I was taking that steroid for my eye, I feel like that fucked up things for me too, like internally. And I could see it, like we can take pills, right, for like 2 weeks, but our skin tells us the whole story. And I shared that I was getting like full steroid acne, and that took like at least 3 to 4 weeks post coming off to finally go. So that means that pill was in my system for like 6 weeks, which is a really, really long time. So I feel like I'm getting the after effects of it. But what I feel like I might need to do is reduce a day of like just doing no walking, no steps type thing, and maybe even reducing, if I do decide to get credits, like 1 to 2 Pilates sessions. just to lower the stress and then see what happens, especially because obviously I haven't really talked about this in this episode, but just with everything going on with work, I always have so many things on. Some of my nights are really long with work, some early mornings, all of the things. I feel like my body's just like, no, like we've had enough. It's also just confusing because towards the end of the year, I thought that I was really struggling with like burnout from just having such a big 2025. And then the first few months of this year, I was like, okay, like January felt a bit, but then I've been feeling a bit better. And then now I'm feeling like exhausted again. I'm like, oh, this can't be burnout. Like this has to be something more. But I can only go to my doctor with so many issues at once. I'm like, my eye, my this, my that. She's probably like, bitch, leave me the fuck alone. Honestly, I just wanted to share with you all, if you're feeling kind of alone in this, you're not. I struggle with the same things all the time. I might just not bring it forward, especially because it's like something I struggle with on the weekend. So it's like not really come up in conversation, and I haven't really shared it on my socials because I tend to spend less time on them in the weekend anyway and all of the things. That's kind of all from me. If you've been struggling, I would love to hear just like the symptoms and like what's been going on with you and like what you resonated with, or, you know, what you were like, not really, like, for me, these are my symptoms. Again, it's not a competition, but I love kind of talking about it because everyone is so different. I'll have conversations with some women who are like, I literally am getting like the worst breakouts and the worst like hair, and my hair is like really oily. And then I'll talk to other people that are like, oh, I'm just really struggling with my weight, like that's my number one symptom. So like, just know that there's no right or wrong in this, but I would love to have a conversation because I think it can be really, really lonely. And I feel like I'm always like on the hunt for like who has a chronic health condition so we can like talk about it, because no one in my family does, as far as I'm aware. Like, you know how they say it's hereditary. I don't know anyone in my family that does, so it can feel really lonely and confusing when you have no one to kind of talk to about it. And then again, I don't like to be the person that's like just blaming everything on it. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, I'm struggling, it's my PCOS. Like, I don't want to do that. So I love to like look for other solutions and reasons first. But as I said, all my bloods are clear. We already know that I have like fucking so many cysts on each side that they literally had like a plus. I was in the plus range. They weren't even counting anymore. There was too many for them. So we already know I'm on struggle street with that one. But it's just something you gotta learn to live with and see what you can do to look after your body and like be monitoring how your body responds and stuff. And for me, it's making sure I don't give into just having like fatigue cravings and all of the things, and that I actually nurture my body properly, because sometimes what your mind wants isn't actually suited to what your body needs, especially with PCOS or endo or any of the things. And even though your brain might be saying keep going, keep pushing, like do this, do that, your body is kind of like, no, fuck off. And you will feel it. You will feel the effects later with feeling just super fatigued, spending your whole weekend in bed, all of the things. So I know this was a bit like short and sweet, and I like, again, didn't really come with a resolution or an outcome, but something else I've been enjoying doing occasionally is reading the university studies, especially from like Monash. They have a PCOS unit there on PCOS and the research they've been doing, because there is more research coming about. We just need to know where to look for it. But thanks for listening to this episode, and I will catch you all in the next one.